Mind the culture.
Mind your
Culture
culture.
in
My
your
culture.
mind.
Culture in
Culture
mind.
and mind.
This is the podcast for the culture.
So could you tell me, because you say research scholarship, what is a research? Because I understand you're an artist, you're a choreographer, but let's say I have no idea what artistic research is. Could you tell me a little bit?
Well, I guess it's always different also for people, like, because everybody has different practices, different ways of working. And in my case, it's a lot of reading, going through the city, thinking what are themes that I want to spend time on diving into. And then when I find themes, so in my case, for example, I got hooked up with feelings, being busy with the role of feelings in our society and the very general question of what is dance, what's the role of dance. And then I start reading, going to the studio. Also, part of it is just, I don't know, in the studio, not only like going, okay, I have to this, to do. I'm not good at speaking yet.
No, don't worry. You're
We're
very
warming
good.
up. But it's also like, I don't know, listening, putting on some lecture or also just some music I like at the moment and just see what comes. So trying to train my intuition and how I'm feeling also now, which also tells something about the situation I'm in or the things I'm busy with. And the combination, so in my artistic research, it's really the combination of what my body tells me and what my brain tells me, and what a very big part of research for me is also, besides reading and searching for material which could be curious, it's also talking to people and exchanging and seeing what other people are busy with and what questions are there around and what's going on in the world and so on and so forth.
So how I understand it, how you describe it, and I have the feeling that research is something that you do before you do the actual artistic work. Is it correct, maybe? Or maybe during the process of creating artistic work, you also, of course, do research, but you also do research in order to develop your own specific artistic way. And it's interesting, like that it could be anything. So the art is a beautiful profession where you can actually, it's a specific thing that you do, but it still could be anything that you decide on to do that.
I think that's for me the difference then between research and production. Whereas in research, I'm seeing also what is appearing, what is happening, to which formats also I'm drawn to. So it's not working as a choreographer for me, it's not only working for theater and on stage. And then, like, if I go into production, I decide upon a frame or have a certain goal to reach that, I don't know, I got funding from the theater or something like this, so I know about the format, and then I start putting together the material I already have and see what's developing within that and going into more composition then, I guess.
Yeah, I think research is, I don't know, I love the word research, and I think that it's something that you can never do too much of, I have the feeling, because the more you do it, the deeper your work is, I have the feeling.
Yes.
And it's also like, I have the feeling like I always, in front of my eyes, it's always the Jean-Michel Basquiat. I always have to think of Jean-Michel Basquiat.
Who is that?
That's one of the famous artists of something called like neo-expressionism. It's the times of Andy Warhol also, a little bit. And it was a beautiful thing about him. It was that he was basically taking the reality around him and transforming it into a certain kind of artistic work. So it's just an artist as seen as some kind of medium for you know, changing like to extract from the reality certain aspect and transform it into something that is digestible on maybe different levels. So I have the feeling that artistic research is maybe a conscious way, a little bit more conscious way of doing it, perhaps.
Maybe, yeah. Or
But I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Doing what? Doing art?
Yes.
Well, I think without any research you cannot do
Okay.
anything, no? I mean, you always think about things, and even if it's like, okay, I put this from here to there, like it's not a basic reaction or something. So I guess it's an action where you think about things. But I guess what is also, or what I just thought about when you talked about you cannot do enough research, I think also that yes, and at the same time there is also like, it's so easy also to have just small articulations. So I think a lot of people are also blocked in I have to finish a research before I do a product called art then. Because I think like sometimes in the studio or just in the process of being in the studio, maybe not while reading, but being in the studio, there's like small articulations which just, so I think it's always depending on the frame then.
So you say you can have little creative outputs along the way.
Totally.
Basically.
Totally.